Hey everyone, welcome back to the range. You know what you see here. FN57. Got some elite ammunition to test today, some prototypes. Let's take a closer look at them on the table. Per an agreement with Jay at Elite Ammunition, there will be no bullet deconstruction pictures of this ammunition because it is a prototype. We have one 28 grain version, one 36 grain version. For testing protocols today, we have an R.A.N.G.E armament, level 3A rigid panel. I think this is their new backpack insert, 0226 I think. We have a 45-degree angle jig that houses a 10x10 piece of 1/4 inch laminated windshield glass. We have a 6x6x16 clear ballistics gel block that was donated by an anonymous donor from AR15.com. Thank you very much. On the right, we have our sheet metal jig that has two pieces of 22 gauge sheet metal spaced 3.5 inches apart. We'll use our Pro-Cone digital as always. 10 to 12 feet distance, we'll use the OEM 5.7 barrel and the SBR PS90 at 10.3 inches, and we'll just go through some of these different barriers. So up first, we'll use the FN57, has the 4.75 inch OEM barrel in it. We'll use the 28 grain version first, then the 36 grain version. I don't have a lot of these, so we can't do a chronograph test beforehand, so pretty much just on the fly is what we're going to get for numbers. $23.98. Looks like I shot way high on that one. $20.54. Now that's rather interesting. I hit way high on that. I thought I was going to have to redo the top one is the 28 grain. The bottom one is the 36 grain. Looks like you got about an 1.5 inches of neck on both of them before they start disruption. The 36 grain one has the most disruption. Look at that. It's pretty wide. Now as far as penetration goes, which one do you think penetrated more? Maybe the top one, the 28 grain, did a little more because it was closer to the top, had a little less resistance, but it's hard to see. The 36 grain is down here at 18 inches, and then the 28 grain is at just right over 21 inches, and you can see that it is base forward, and it is actually diving down. So it started all the way up here. You can see the little wound track right there, and dives down. I wonder how much more penetration we're going to get out of the SBR. Maybe less, maybe it's going to cause more disruption. Definitely make sure that we aim a little lower this time. Again, we'll do the lighter version first. We have the 10.3 inch SBR PS90 right here. Still rocking the K&M arms folding charging handle, love that thing. Make sure we get a good part of the block here. 28.61. Looks like I shot pretty much right where I didn't want to shoot. 23.39. You know, every time I don't want to put shots next to each other, I do. You can see there's all three shots so far. These were the two SBR shots right here, the 28 grain version, then the 36 right there. Hard to see wound path wise. It does look a little less impressive than the 36 grain out of the pistol. Still about the same amount of neck. Now here's where it gets interesting penetration wise. The 36 grain version is still right at the 18, maybe 19 inch mark right there. Where do you think the 28 grain version went? Let's keep going and going and going, and right about there, the 27 inch mark. Holy crap, that is a lot of penetration. Maybe too much? I don't know. That may be for you to decide. Let's see what we can do with some barriers. All right, let's try some barriers. Up first, we have the AS1 1/4 inch laminated windshield glass at a 45-degree angle. 18 inches behind is the clear ballistics gel block. We'll take a shot with a 28 grain first. I tested the windshield glass with 9mm in a separate video, and it's pretty much a one shot, one panel thing. We'll see maybe if the speed of the 5.7 can get through the glass without causing too much of it to crack, but pretty much I won't be able to do the SBR test with this. It's just going to be what we get from this. .2376. That stuff shoots way high. All right, our first shot completely missed the block, shot way high for some reason. I'll make sure I slow down. It looks like I have a good area on the windshield glass that I get one more shot out of, and then if I can't, then I'm just gonna have to go to the 36 grain here. Still shot way too high. So here's our windshield panel, completely trashed. We'll get the other panel that I have and try to take the 36 grain and see if we can get a better shot on it. I'm not sure why I keep missing the panel. Now there is some fragmentation about 3 to 4 inches in there. I'm not sure if that's what's left of the bullet. I highly doubt it. But I can't believe I keep missing that. And the bad part is the windshield glass is not cheap, so originally I only had 3 panels, hoping I could get a couple of shots out of each one, and that doesn't seem to be the case with how much cracks propagate throughout the panel when I shoot it. So sorry about that, guys. I hate when I can't give you valid test data because I can't hit the stupid block. All right, we'll try our luck with the 36 grain. .2080. Hopefully I hit the dang thing this time. Still shooting high. Maybe I'll try for another lower shot. So we did get it in the block this time. Well, we didn't get in the block, but we hit the block this time. And we have upwards penetration. You can see a little wound track up there, traveling upwards and then exiting the block somewhere. So at least we know the most of the bullet's intact with the 36 grain there. All right, this is the last shot that I'll attempt at the windshield. I'm going to try to get it in the block this time. If not, we got to go on the sheet metal and then the body armor. Oh, there's a wasp behind my windshield down there. It'd be a shame if something happened to him. Velocity 2026. So I aimed even lower this time. You can see that it hit a lot lower. There is a considerable amount of deflection off the windshield, and you'll see the second wound path right there from the bullet that traveled upwards and is gone. Note to self, windshield tests, may never do these again. The panels are expensive and it's hard to make a shot that counts. All right, let's try our sheet metal. We have the two 22 gauge pieces of sheet metal, 3.5 inches apart. 18 inches behind it is the ballistics gel block. I'm gonna aim low this time and hope we hit it. How low am I gonna aim? I don't know, but you know. This is getting rather discouraging. There's our front side of the sheet metal. There's our rear side. There's our two shots right there. Decent sized wound right there. And guess where the bullets go? Outside of the gel block. You know, they pretty much exceed the 16-inch mark on this gel block. They're so close to the top, that could be why. This is kind of why I don't like small sample prototypes, because when I mess up, it's hard for me to shoot more and figure out where we're going to go from there. So far this day has not been turning out pretty good for us in terms of getting some actual good test data. Let's try the 36 grain against the sheet metal. That velocity of 24.37 on the 28 grain. (2017). There was our shot. 36 grain, and hey, we got one in the block. Almost 16 inches of penetration there, pretty close. Bullet is tip forward. Decent wound track there, nothing too spectacular, but 16 inches of penetration almost after a penetrating sheet metal. I wouldn't complain about that. Just wish I had more of the 28 grain to test for the sheet metal and the other stuff that we messed up on. Alright, now we have some rigid level 3A, so polyethylene, model 0226, R.A.N.G.E armament. This is their backpack armor. We're going to try to get a shot in the gel block. In the past, any of our 5.7 testing, once you reach that 2100 feet per second threshold, pretty much any soft panel is not going to stop 5.7. Kind of a public service announcement here. If a vest manufacturer of a soft or rigid panel lists 5.7 as one of the threats, get the specific 5.7 threat that they tested against. There's a lot of them out there that say they stop 5.7 and it ends up being just SS197 or SS198. Velocity 23.93. Here's our shot. What do you guys think? King of Armor versus King of Armor penetration. 5.7. What do you think? What do you think? Oh! No pass through there. There's a dimple there, but no pass through. Maybe the 36 grain can do it. Maybe it can't. All right, let's see what the 36 grain version can do. 2054. I'll knock my chronograph over. There was our shot right there. More than a fair hit. What do you think? Oh, no pass through there either. There's a dimple there, but no pass through. That tells you how good this level 3A rigid plate is. That particular bullet against soft 3A would probably penetrate at least 3 panels. While those Devastator 3.0s were certainly no joke, we had great penetration through all the test media that we could recover them in. Kind of shying away from doing any more windshield tests because of how expensive some of the stuff's getting to do. The sheet metal test's okay. We're kind of seeing a pattern here. Typically we get a little ball of steel on the tip of the bullet and the bullet penetrates. With those, it looks like we were getting good straight on shots when it was entering the gel. The body armor, I went to the rigid 3A so we could see if there was something that would outperform the 3A, in this case the 3A1. I'd like to thank Jay at Elite Ammunition for providing us with ammunition to test. You all for watching, my Patreon supporters. Until next time, catch you at the range.